that I'm not going to be used by a white woman. I took care of her kids, Deborah. 3 kids, white kids. They hated me.
You know what gets me about this whole thing? Why a lot of black men would be so okay to sleep with white women, but as soon as everything goes array, suddenly they become MLK. And this is also too my issue with when you call biracial people black, because that experience of literally having a white mother who could potentially traumatize you racially in a way that it is so unfathomable. And don't get me wrong, black parents can also traumatize their black children when it comes to race. They can say very problematic anti-black things, but that is a form of self-hatred. And it's different to have self-hatred versus racism, right? Like that's out when it's in.
Sometimes it don't make no sense. Does it really have to? There is nothing I can say.
Hi, welcome to Mayowa's World. Hi y'all, welcome to Mayowa's World. My name is Mayowa, and on my platform I talk about colorism, featureism, texturism. Today we're going to be talking about Doja Cat, her black daddy, and her weird racial politics. Because I saw recently that Doja Cat called out her dad for being a deadbeat father. So we can watch the video and then, yeah.
He said, "Darling, what is this? What I'm seeing is a gay p." I was messaging my father because he's here in Africa. And he said that he couldn't make it to my show because I don't message him enough and I didn't call him on WhatsApp. So I sent him gay p, and they said, if you go to this link, you can get a ticket. It's super duper easy. He's at work, right? And he's working. And so he just keeps on messaging me and he says, I'm just very busy right now. I sent him the website again. He said, what is the website? Because we were messaging each other. And he said, darling, what is this? What I'm seeing is a gay p on my screen. And I don't know if it's a scam, because I feel like I'm scamming here. So please, sweetheart, I don't know what to do with this. I can't get the ticket.
We get the vibe. She sent her dad gay p to I feel like get back at him or whatever. I don't like the idea of using gay as like a gotcha moment for straight men. I think it's corny, but we get the fact that he's a deadbeat dad, right? Like she's saying he's a deadbeat dad. She's talking about her experiences with him.
I've never met him, and he's on Instagram and he comments on my pictures sometimes.
Have y'all tried to connect?
I guess when I was like 13, I wanted to see him, and then I don't know what happened.
And from hearing her, I mean, my stance with parenting is if you are a dad and you have not been consistently there for your child throughout their life to support them, yeah, you're a deadbeat. And then also too, the fact that I feel like a very common deadbeat daddery response is oh, you didn't write me, so because you didn't write me, you have 20 years on that person. You should be literally hustling. But the dad had a response, which I thought was interesting, and I want us to listen to it and watch.
So called Doja Cat, but I named her Zandile. And then I've been sad. You can't be in a foreign country and find a white woman with 3 kids. And then you make 2 kids with her. And then she becomes so lucky that she give birth to the superstar. And then she give information to the superstar that your father is not a good man. I'm talking about a white woman. Today, I want to tell the world that I'm not going to be used by a white woman with 3 kids, that I was feeding those kids with the money of Sarafina. I took care of her kids, Deborah. 3 kids, white kids. They hated me. And on top of that, I spoke to Deborah that I'll love you to come home.
You know what gets me about this whole thing? Why, Black men, a lot of black men would be so okay to sleep with white women, but as soon as everything goes array, suddenly they become MLK. Do you know what I mean? Suddenly they become Malcolm X, and they're like mentioning like, yeah, she's a white woman, and like, how did you expect, she's a white woman? Like, the fact that he kept mentioning it, like, you had no issue laying down with her. You had no issue helping her raise her white kids who you said didn't even like you. You had no issue doing any of that stuff, right? But when things go wrong, now you want to play like this idea of like, as a black man, like, no, baby, you did that. You did that. And not only did you do that, because also too, my whole thing is like, even if she was a difficult person, you still would have had a chance to be active in her life. Like, I just don't believe, I really believe people can try harder, men can try harder to have relationships with their children. I just do. Like, it's not giving, I fought my whole life to get a hold of her. It's not giving that. Especially too, if you have the audacity to talk about some, oh, well, why didn't you message me first? Like, even after she becomes an adult, look, she's probably in her 30s now. From 18 to 30, you've had over 15 years that you could have practiced to get to be super active in her adult years. 18 to 30, that some people need so much support during that time. You could literally have helped her so much in that time. Did you help her? Were you there? Clearly she's not happy. And I always like listen to children when they talk, or the children of people, and I know he's like a celebrity in South Africa, but I just think it's really ironic that he wants to play into that. And I also want to talk about how having these like weird racial dynamics creates children who can be so racially bizarre or just have really bizarre politics around race. Because here you have a black man who did not raise his half black child, his biracial child. This child was fully raised by a white woman. We don't know what her politics were. We don't know how it was for her, how it was for the biracial child to have a white mother. We don't know any of those things, right? And then later, some years later, you're seeing all these things with Doja Cat where she's dating allegedly, or she's dated allegedly, known white.
Ratchet, be real. You got your weed from Goodwill. Girl, I got a rich man. That's no bills, girl.
She's in chat rooms showing her feet to white. So, she's doing all these things. And I really believe it starts at the root. Like, it starts with how everything came together. And we've also seen her talk about her 4C hair.
Everybody knows this is not my hair, but not everybody. That's why we're here today. I had a photographer take a picture of the top of my head, and we blew it up and we made it so that my album cover is my hair. So my hair, to describe it, it's 4C hair texture. And a lot of y'all don't give a and that's good. However, I'm seeing a consistent pattern in my comment section of people saying, is my hair hair? Is it carpet or is it sheep's wool? Hair. It's my hair. Let's not do that. Okay. That's all.
Like, she has a kinky hair type, and the struggles that she's had with embracing her 4C hair, being a biracial person, where were you? Her hair came from you. You should have been informing her on how to support herself, And this is also too my issue with when you call biracial people black, because that experience of literally having a white mother who could potentially traumatize you racially in a way that it is so unfathomable. And don't get me wrong, black parents can also traumatize their black children when it comes to race. They can say very problematic anti-black things, but that is a form of self-hatred. And it's different to have self-hatred versus racism, right? Like, that's out when it's in, right? Like, every single time a black parent is being anti-black, it's like you're hurting yourself, right? But with your white mom, I don't know what she said to you. I don't know what she said to you that you're in chat rooms showing feet to white, you know what I mean? I don't know what was going on. So, I think it's really important to work with someone who is biracial, to have the black dad to be active, to try to, understand the dynamics, because if not, you have these weird situations where someone, Doja Cat is a talented musician, but the thing that I think literally holds her back, or what people don't like about her, is the fact that she has weird racial politics. And maybe now she's gonna start to embrace or understand the South African side, but you can't make up for the fact that she didn't have that growing up. And I don't believe that you can now talk about, oh, well, this white woman, when you had 2 kids with her. You literally had 2 children with her. Nobody forced you to have those 2 children. You chose to do that. And how a lot of times black men, also too African men, I'm being specific as an African person, really lust over white women and whiteness as like a form of like, oh, and like I have grace for understanding that like we're all indoctrinated to love whiteness, but you then can't be upset at the child for having traits of someone who grew up with a white mom, because that's who you chose to lay with. You're not a victim in the situation. You could be active. So yeah, let me know what y'all think. Let me know what it's giving. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.